Well, let's continue with the similarity transformation. We are discussing the standard SRT.A.O2. In today's class, you will be learning to prove or disprove that two given triangles are similar using SSS, SAS, AA, and also name the similar figures in the right order. What is similarity? Already we discussed in the previous class that two geometrical objects are called similar if they both have the same shape. More precisely, one can be obtained from the other by uniform scaling. We discussed a couple of examples like the shape of, the model of an aeroplane, BMW or Audi cars models in a toy store. You might have been seen all these. Next, please remember two polygons are similar if corresponding angles are congruent. Corresponding angles are congruent. Here, let me quickly grab my pen. You see that here, and oops, my apologies. Let me take my pen. Okay, so I see that angle X is same as angle X here, which means here that these two angles are equal. So angle X and X degrees and X degrees, these two are equal. And next angle Y, they are equal. Angle Z and angle Z are equal. So here the corresponding angles are congruent. Irrespective of size of the polygons, the angles are always congruent. Congruent means here equal. The lengths of corresponding sides are in proportion. Proportion means if you take the corresponding sides, like I take here A, this side A is lying between angle Y and angle Z. So between angle Y and angle Z, there is P. Therefore, A over P. Next, when it comes to B, side B is lying between X and Z, angle X and angle Z. So between the angle X and angle Z, in the other triangle, I see that Q is there. Therefore, B over Q, and the third side, that is C over R. C over R. So these sides are proportional. Proportional means you know how to compute the proportion. Next, criteria for similar triangles. Already we had a quick discussion. Same shape and congruent corresponding angles, and the sides are proportional. Then the two triangles, for that matter, the polygons are similar. Now I'm taking two polygons. Criteria for similar polygons: the same shape, congruent corresponding angles. I see that all the five angles are congruent, I say equal, and the sides are proportional corresponding sides. Okay, now let's do some problems. So let's quickly jump to the whiteboard. I'm back on my whiteboard. Then let me start with an example. Well, given the similar figures, name all pairs of corresponding sides and angles. You better learn because when it comes to similarity, identifying the corresponding sides and corresponding angles, it's not easy. So let's start with the corresponding angles. So if I take angle P, oops, I'm sorry, let me grab my pen. Yep. So if I take angle P here, the corresponding angle is D. Therefore, P and D, and next angle Q, I see that, let me give two strokes here. Okay, so angle Q and E, these two are the congruent. Next, when it comes to angle R, I'm drawing three lines so that it is different from the other two angles, angle R and angle F. Now QP. So if you take QP, let me mark it with a single line here. QP and DE, these two are corresponding sides. Then PR and DF, these two are corresponding sides. Then, my apologies, it is PRDF. Yep. Then the last one, that is third side, QR and EF. These are the corresponding sides. So let's take another problem. It is almost similar to the previous question, but here I see that in the previous question, the beauty is they are in the same shape, same size, and the same orientation. But here the orientation is not the same. Orientation is not the same. So if I were you, my thought process goes this way. So I see that two triangles are given, and these three sides are the it is a scaling triangle. So let me start with the lowest one, which is 9, and then I take the next highest, next longest side, and the longest of all. So if I take this way, then where I have to start means in the other triangle, the smallest one is 6, then the next one is 8. So I'm going from smallest to the largest. So 6, 8, 10. So what is the first side means, that is LM, right? And what is the smallest one means, here it is RS. Okay. So LM and RS. These two are corresponding sides. And next, when it comes to the second one, my second longest side of the first one, that is 12, and the second one is here 8. Therefore, that is MN and ST, these two are corresponding. Next, the third side is NL, and the third side is here TR. Therefore, these are the corresponding sides. Again, when it comes to angle L, this is lying between the shortest and the longest sides of the given triangle. So the shortest is 6 here in the second triangle, and the longest side is 10. So angle lying between the shortest side and longest side of the other triangle. Therefore, L and angle R, these two are corresponding angles. Next, maybe I may consider this way, clockwise, the right side of my first angle is M, then clockwise, the first angle, the right side, that is angle S. So this is how I think. So obviously, once when you're able to identify two angles, then the third angle should be T. Now, let's take another question. Here, you are asked to complete the similarity statement for the similar figures and then find the scale factor. In fact, these two questions are straight questions. So similarity statement, I see that the orientation is same. Please don't be in a hurry to write. Like A, B, C, P, Q, or something like alphabetical order. At times we may not follow. Don't think as a triangle L, K, M and Q, R, S, because in alphabets, Q comes first, then R, then S. It's not like that. So I see that L is an obtuse angle. So I see that here R is obtuse angle, right? And next, I'm going to K, so I have to go to point Q, and then the next one is M. Therefore, here I have to go to S. Therefore, RQS. Well, let me remove all the markings. One, two, go. Okay, now let's take these two triangles. This time we are looking for the scale factor. So, scale factor is, you know that we have to take the corresponding sides. Corresponding sides means KL over QR. You may take this one, or maybe KM over QS, or LM over RS. So you can take any of these three. So if I take KL, which is 6 over 4, next if you take KM, which is 12, and the corresponding side is 8, 12 over 8, or maybe if you take the third one, which is 9 over 6. So you can take any of these three sides. You need not take all the three. You can take any one of them. Now, quickly grab your calculator and check. You get 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. By the way, you know that when two figures are similar, then the sides are in the same ratio. You see that all these are equal. 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, these all are equal. That shows that yes, these two figures are similar. The next one, I'm leaving it to you. I'm sure you can continue working on it. Now let's take another example. Here again, the triangle's orientation is not, it's a kind of confusing. So I see that here my first triangle angle G is having a single line here. You can see that single line. And here angle D is having a single line. So let me number it as angle 1. Okay, so you can take that way or else. So anyhow, you identified that angle G is having, one angle, one line, and angle D is also having 1. So I see that G is the last one, therefore D should go to the last one. And H is having 3 lines here, and E is having 3 lines. And I see that the first letter is H, therefore the corresponding point is E. And next, the second letter is J, which is having 2 lines, and 2 lines here is F, therefore EFT. So this is how you have to identify. Once again, I'm repeating. Suppose if you are given 2 triangles, okay, I'm taking another question here. So here I'm taking another question. Then in this question, I see that 2 triangles are given, but the orientation also not the same. So let's take and prove that these 2 triangles to be similar first of all. Then first of all, I have to check whether they are similar or not. Let me take the shortest side is 9 here, and the shortest one is 27 here, right? Therefore, EC over VT. Let me plug in the values, 9 over 27. And next, the other side is 10, and the other side is 30. So CD over TU. Values are 10 over 30. So you know how to compute if you want, you can plug in these values on a TI-84 calculator. You'll end up with 1/3. And 10 over 30, yes, this is also 1/3. So the sides are in the same ratio, and I see that the included angle, that is angle C, is marked with 2 lines here, and I see that angle T is also marked with 2 lines. Therefore, these 2 markings shows me that these are indicating that these 2 angles are equal. Therefore, these 2 triangles are similar. by SAS. I see that here angle C equals to angle T, and sides are proportional, and here angle is equal. Therefore, here by SAS similarity, these two are similar. Well, I see that my first letter is T here. Then which letter I have to take in the other triangle means, friends, you see that here it is T is at the angle. Therefore, I have to start with the C here, triangle C. And next, the second letter is U. Therefore, it is counterclockwise. Next to T is taken. So counterclockwise, I have to take point E. Counterclockwise, I have to take point E. And next, the third point is V. Then the third point is D. One more question. The two polygons are similar. Write a proportion and solve for x. So it's clearly mentioned that these two triangles are similar in the first case. Let me label it as maybe A, B, and C. A, B, C. And the other triangle is, let me take as P, Q, R. Well, I know that these two triangles are similar. Therefore, AB corresponding side is PQ and BC corresponding side is QR and AC corresponding side is CR. My bad, it's PR. It's PR. Now, what is the value of AB? You can see from the figure that it is 5 units over PQ, I don't know, that is X, and BC, it is 2 units here, 2 units, and the corresponding value is 1. And AC, it is 4 units, 4 units, and PR, it is 2 units. Okay, so you have to take one unknown value and one known value, which means I see that here 5 over x, I see that x is unknown, and there are two more fractions, that is 2 over 1 and 4 over 2. So you can take any one of them. Either of these two can be taken. So I'm taking 2 over 1. So this is a known value. This is the known value. And 5 over x, that is the unknown value. So let's compute 5 over x equals to 2 over 1. In this kind of scenario, it's easy to compute if you are following the cross multiplication. If you are following the cross multiplication method. So cross multiplication means, in my previous class I mentioned that you go this way, you go this way and multiply. So the multiplication goes this way. 5 times 1, 5 times 1 equals to 2 times x. Then 5 ones are 5 equals to 2x. You know how to eliminate 2 to isolate x. So division by 2, the inverse operation. So x equals to 2.5. If you have any questions, so instead of 2 over 1, can I take the other fraction, which is 4 over 2? Absolutely yes. So if you take 5 over x equals to 4 over 2, then what is the value of x? Here again I am taking the same rule, which is the cross multiplication method. Cross multiplication method I am taking here. So we have to multiply 5 times 2 equals to x times 4 or 4 times x, it's one and same. 5 2's 10 equals to 4x. You know how to isolate x. In order to eliminate 4, we go for inverse operation. 4 times x, the opposite is the division. So 10 over 4, make use of calculator, you get 2.5. Therefore, Which fraction is to be taken means yes, you can take either of them to get the answer. So the next question I'm skipping because I'm sure you can set up a proportion. You may name them as A, B, C, D. You can take any letters of yours. Here, you may name them as P, Q, R, S here. Then the corresponding sides AD over PS. You can see that the corresponding sides AD, which is 3 units, PS is X, and CD over the corresponding side is 6 units, which is SR. Therefore, it is 4 over 6. I said that I want you to do it, but I'm continuing. Think for a moment, do the calculations, and what the answer. Well, let me explain this one. Let's see whether your answer is correct or not. So it is cross multiplication 3 times 6 equals to 4 times x. 18 equals to 4x. You know how to eliminate. So division by 4, you know how to eliminate 4. So 4 over 18. So it is 4.5. The value of x is 4.5. Now let me take the next one. Here, are these triangles by the AA postulate? Answer yes or no. If the triangles are similar, write a similarity statement. So, in the first figure, question number 18, I see that arrow marks are given here. These arrow marks are indicating that DE is parallel to BC. D is parallel to BC. So in my previous class, I discussed that angle D equals to angle B because, if two lines are, oh my bad. So let me draw proper lines. Okay. Oh. So let's take two lines which are parallel, Then, if I'm drawing parallel lines this way, I'm sure all of you can answer that. These angles, what are these angles? You can say it immediately corresponding angles. But you have to look at in this perspective, what are these angles? I see that these two angles are corresponding angles. Therefore, angle D, to be more specific, angle ADE is equal to angle ABC. The reason is corresponding angles are equal. And next, in the same way, I can take angle AED and ACB. Angle AED and angle ACB. These are also equal because the same reason, that is corresponding angles are equal. Therefore, angle equals to angle and angle equals to angle. Therefore, by AA similarity, by AA postulate, are they similar? Means the answer is yes. And when it comes to the order, I'm starting with A, and angle D and angle B are corresponding. Therefore, B, and the third letter is E here. And my third letter should be C here. Okay. And the next one seems to be a little tricky. It seems to be a little tricky because I see that one is 31, one is 61. Therefore, let's try to figure out what is the third angle here. We know that sum of the angles of a triangle equals to 180. I know that one angle is 90 and the second angle is 31 and the third angle is missing. You can take either the question mark. I personally prefer to take it as X. Okay, so 90 and 31, that makes 121 degrees, plus x is 180 degrees. So let me take away 121, then the value of x is 59 degrees. 59 degrees. Therefore, let me erase this question mark and let me put there 59 degrees. 59 degrees. So this is 59. Oh, I see that these angles are not equal. So are they similar means that, one is 90, the other one is 59, and the third angle is 31. And here in the second triangle, triangle NML, one angle is 90 degrees, the other one is 61 degrees. It is not matching either with this angle or with this angle. So only one angle is matching, just one angle. So we don't have just asimilarity is not there. Asimilarity is not there. The other two angles are not matching. Therefore, these two are not similar. These two are not similar. So let's go to next one. This time, let me go to full page. Find the angle measurements and set up proportions to find all missing side lengths. Notice the triangles are similar by A. So it's already given that these triangles are similar. These triangles are similar. Therefore, measure of angle 1, I see that several times I discussed before also, that is whenever you see an English alphabet X shape, but here I see that it is, I see that kind of X shape here. So angle 1 and angle 30, these two are equal. Why? Go for a guess. Yes, they are vertically opposite angles. They are vertically opposite angles. And next, coming to angle A, angle A, then this one is slightly tricky. Let me find what is the third angle here. What is the third angle here? We know that sum of three angles of a triangle is 180. In triangle ABC, in triangle ABC, let me figure out what is the third angle. Angle A plus angle B plus angle C is 180 degrees. Angle A is not known. Angle B is 70. Oops, I'm sorry. Let me clear it. Okay. This is 70 degrees. Angle C is 30 degrees. So 70 and 30, that is 100 degrees. So angle A plus 100 is 180. All of you know that we have to go for inverse operation, and we get that angle A equals to 80 degrees. So this is 80 degrees. Perfect. In the same way, you have to compute what is the third angle. That is angle D here. Angle 1, it is already we thought and we discussed that it is 30 degrees. I think I need not do again calculations, because these angles are the same as the other triangle. So, one is 70 degrees, the other is 30. What is the third angle means we ended up with 80 degrees. So here angle D is also 80 degrees. Now, the question is it flipped or twisted? Is it flipped or twisted? My apologies, angle A is 80 degrees. I forgot. Angle D is also 80 degrees. Okay. Next, next question is it flipped or twisted? We'll do one thing. This one we'll discuss at the end. So proportion to find x. To find x. Now, if I'm trying to write the proportionality, or if I'm trying to write the similarity, if I take triangle ABC, similar to triangle, see, When I say ABC, I'm starting with 80 degrees. So I have to start with 80 degrees, which is D. B is 70 degrees. So here E is 70 degrees. Obviously, the third one is C. Now, the first two letters are AB and the first two letters are DE, right? Therefore, let me clear this one first. Okay, so the first two letters, which is AB, and the first two letters here, DE. So these sides are in proportion. And next, the second and third, that is BC, second and third, that is EC. Therefore, BC over EC. Next, first and third, AC, first and third, DC. So it is AC over DC. Now just plug in the values. I see that AB is 6 units, then DE is Y, then BC, I see that X, and next EC value is 10, then AC value I see that 9 units, DC value is 12. Already I told you earlier that you take one known value and one unknown value. So for example, if you are taking, my bad, it is if I'm taking x over 10, then I have to take this part, because I see that again known value means both the values are given, where both the values are given. I see that here 9 over 12 means both the values are given. Therefore, I take x over 10 equals to 9 over 12, and this is the proportion to find x, this is the proportion to find x, and next proportion to find y. As I told you before, you take one known value, which is 9 over 12, and one unknown value, which is 6 over y. Then the next one, the continuation of this one, before also I discussed, you go for cross multiplication. In order to find the value of x and y. Now it is your turn to find what's the value of x and what's the value of y. Well, let's see whether your answer is correct or not. 12 times x equals to 9 times 10. So 12x equals to 90. And next, you know how to isolate the value of x. That is by dividing 12 on both the sides. So let me quickly grab my calculator and do the calculations, which is 90 over 12. That gives me 7.5. So that's the value of x. In the same way, to find y, let's go for cross multiplication. 6 times 12 equals to 9 times y. So 6 12 are 72 equals to 9y. You know how to isolate y. I'm dividing by 9 on both these sides. Y equals to 9 8s are 72. So these are the values of x and y. Oops, I'm sorry. It is y value and x value is 7.5. The last question. This is same as the previous one. It's already given that these two triangles are. My apologies, I forgot one thing. You can see that is it flipped or twisted means you see that here 70 degrees and here the corresponding. Let's see that. Okay, so here this is 70 degrees and this one is 70 degrees, and I see that 80 degrees here and 80 degrees here. So it is something similar to like the diagram is reflected. The diagram is reflected in a mirror. So obviously that is it is flipped. Next, let's go to the last question for the day. Here, I see that 80 degrees here, well, and 30 degrees. Before also I mentioned that you think of vertically opposite angles. So this one is here. These two angles are vertically opposite angles. Therefore, this is 30. You know, if you know two angles of a triangle, in triangle TMB, in triangle TMB, sum of three angles of a triangle is always 180 degrees. So T plus M plus B, this is 180. So angle T, I don't know. Angle M, this is 80 degrees. Angle B, it is 30 degrees, 180. 80 plus 30, that gives me 110. T plus 110 is 180. Take away 110 to isolate T. Angle T equals to 70 degrees. Therefore, this is let me take a different color. This is 70 degrees. Now I know here one is 80, the other one is 30. So you can compute the third one, what the third angle is. Already we computed if two angles are given as 80 and 30, then what is the third angle? Means obviously this is 70 degrees. 70 degrees, right? Now, measure of angle A is 70. Measure of TBM is 30 degrees vertically opposite angles. Measure of angle T is 70 degrees. Now, we have to write the similarity in the proper order. Now, if I start, say, triangle TMB, if I'm writing, notice that my first letter, it is T, which is 70 degrees. So I have to start with 70 degrees of the other triangle. Therefore, it is triangle A. And next, my second letter is M, which is 80 degrees. So here I see that 80 degrees at C. So it is C, angle C, point C, and the third one is obviously B. So don't think that in alphabetical order, don't get confused. Don't get tempted to write as triangle ABC. That is not correct. While setting up the proportionality, the first two letters TM and the first two letters of triangle ACB, that is AC. Therefore, it is TM over AC equals to second letter and third letter, which is MB, second and third, it is CB or BC. It is MB over BC. And the third one is the first and third letters TB, first and third, that is AB. So it is TB over AB. Now just plug in the values from the diagram. I see that TM is 6 units, AC is X. Next I see that MB or BM, it is Y. Then BC, where is BC? Oh, it's 10. Then TB equals to, it is 21 units. Then AB equals to 14 units. So always you take one known value and one unknown value. I see that 21 or 14, so I know both the values here. Then while setting up the proportion for x, so x is here, which is 6 over x, and one known value, that is 21 over 14. 21 over 14. And here, proportionality to find y, so it is y over 10 equals to one known value, which is 21 over 14. As I discussed before, then you have to use the cross multiplication method, in order to find the value of x and y. Now it is your turn to compute the value of x and y. Okay, let's check whether your answer is correct or not. It is 21 times x equal to 6 times 14. Then 6 times 14, it's 84. It is 21x. You know how to find the value of x. To isolate x, we have to divide by 21 on both the sides. The value of x is, it is 4. So the value of x is 4. Coming to y, so it is 14 times y equals to 21 times 10. So division by 14 on both these sides. I see that I can divide 21 and 14 by 7. 7 3 is 21, 7 2 is 14, 2 5s. So the value of y equals to 15. You can check your answers. The value of x equals to 4 and the value of y equals to 15. That's it.